I'm with Dru Ann Kuntz, who's our Conference Benefits Officer, and she's going to share with us lots of information about some big changes that are coming to our health insurance plans for the conference. One of the big changes is, we'll start with the easy ones, and that is we're going to offer the option of dental coverage and expanded vision coverage.
Yes. This is due to the New Mexico Annual Conference.
Right.
They've done the other conferences have had dental, but we have not.
Okay. And this will be an out-of-pocket expense for clergy that participate in the plan. It's not something the churches are going to cover, but something that...
That is correct. If the clergy chooses to purchase or get the dental plan or the expanded vision plan, then it'll be a payroll deduction.
Right. Okay.
And the vision, the basic vision that you've been used to all along, is going to stay the same. This is just an expanded version, which gives, you're going to need a lot of glasses or contact lenses. I think the expanded version would help with that.
Right. And then that's sort of the tip of the iceberg for options that are going to be opening up for clergy starting in 2017 with open enrollment for 2017.
Yes.
And that is starting this coming year. Health insurance options are going to expand for
Correct.
clergy and will affect our local churches as well.
Yes.
So what are some of the options that we'll be considering?
I think the biggest change is going to be, and the reason why we're changing, that's first of all, what is the reason why are we making any changes? This is going to give the clergy the option of 6 different plans to choose from. They'll also allow them, if they just have the clergy person and a spouse or one person, there will be a cost for that, and then participant plus the family, there'll be another cost for that. So it gives them more choice, and
Right.
the conference and the churches will have,
And that's actually a great option because some of our clergy just have a spouse. And so right now we're asking them to pay for family coverage, which is significantly more expensive than
Correct.
just an individual plus one option in the 2017 plan.
Yes. And when they're looking at the open enrollment and they're online, they will see the exact cost
Right.
of what will be charged. So they'll see the different rates as well.
And so another one of the changes is going to be that the health insurance requirement will be a sort of a kind of a baseline option that the local church will provide for
Correct.
clergy. And that's in the middle range of the 6 options that the clergy will consider.
That is correct. Yes, it'll be the middle option, and that's what we thought. The board thought it wasn't fair to the churches to pay for this expensive coverage that maybe the clergy don't need. And it sets their costs. They can fix their budgets. They know what it's going to be.
Right.
And I don't. So I think that's a benefit.
And in terms of the cost, I mean, looking at the cost in terms of what's in the pre-conference journal, the actual cost to a local church is going to be lower under this plan than what we're currently asking churches to cover.
That is correct. It is.
So a local church will see a reduction in the cost of health insurance for their pastor.
Correct. So the pastor will have 6 choices of different plans. If they want to choose one of the 2 plans that they have now, currently, they will need to have to pay a little extra for it, and it'll be a payroll deduction.
Okay.
They can choose that. So if they don't want to make any changes, they want to keep it the same, there will be some payroll deductions. But at the moment, they're used to doing that.
Right. That's another question that I had. Is there the sliding scale based on salary in terms of the coverage and the cost of that for the premium, like we do now for pastors at certain salary ranges? They contribute a certain percentage of the coverage, or
right. This will be a set amount.
Okay.
This will not be associated with their salary. It'll just be associated with the actual premium.
So every local church, regardless of their pastor's salary, will pay a sort of a baseline amount for coverage.
Yes.
If a pastor opts for a higher level of coverage, that will come out of his or her payroll deduction.
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct. There is one plan that's called the bronze plan that is actually less than the plan that we have chosen, and you'll see during open enrollment the differences in why if you choose that, which is less than what the church is paying, that difference will go into an HRA account for the clergy. So it's kind of an advantage to them.
So the church pays the premium.
Correct.
The premium is lower, and so the savings in that premium go into an HRA account for the pastor.
For the pastor,
Okay.
exactly.
Great.
So, but there's only one plan that's lower, and so that'll be an option. they'll have to do.
And of course, we'll get lots more information about this during open enrollment time when
Yes.
all this information comes out in terms of the actual out-of-pocket expenses and the deductibles and all that stuff.
Yes.
Will be there.
Yes, we'll probably be doing, some different seminars or gatherings throughout the conference before open enrollment time.
Okay.
So we will walk them through that.
Okay. Another big change is for clergy that are over 65, and that's a change for us as well.
Yes,
What-
that is correct. In the past, it has been in the journal, in the pre-conference journal, that all churches would pay the single rate no matter what the clergy needed. So we've decided that for clergy that are over 65, they go into Medicare and they go into a one exchange for their supplemental insurance. I didn't feel it was fair to charge the churches the full 600 and whatever it was when the clergy is not getting anything for that, and so forth. And so, but it needs to be clear that you have a clergy that is under 65, it will be, I don't know, mandatory isn't the word, but maybe it is, that they will need to offer a minimal of single coverage for their clergy.
Right. And health insurance in particular, there's lots of things in flux right now with the Affordable Care Act and things like that. And so we're trying to navigate as best we can and provide coverage for our pastors and keep costs down for our churches as much as we can.
And that's the board's intent, is
Right,
to, there was some discussion because it will say on a lot of your paperwork and everywhere you look, it says Health Flex Exchange.
Right.
This is not a public exchange like you hear about, like New Mexico Exchange and so forth.
Right. Well, and there are some annual conferences I'm aware of that are encouraging, they are going to the exchange where they're not providing coverage for their pastors and encouraging local churches just to basically subsidize their participation in the public exchange,
Right.
which is not what this is at all.
That is not what this is at all. There are some some conferences that are self-funded or self-insured. We have not chosen that. We're going with this.
Right. And giving our pastors and our churches options for coverage seems to be the best way to go right now.
Yes, we're excited about that they can really choose and pick and choose on what's best for their family.